So, recently I've gone back to play Super Mario Bros. DX since it finally came out for the 3DS as a virtual console title a couple months ago. I didn't realize that, okay, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe is the best video game remake ever made. Hear me out. Number one, it's portable. They took the entire game and they shrunk it down and made it fit in your pocket. Better graphics, although the better graphics were only in cutscenes and drawings and pictures you could print out on your Game Boy printer. Now, I didn't list the Game Boy printer as a plus for best remake ever, but the Game Boy printer is pretty rad, especially at the time, because I had never printed a thing in my life at the time the Game Boy printer came out. So better graphics, maybe? It could be argued that they're better in places. Now this is a big kicker. As we all know in this internet era of ours, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, the incredibly difficult Super Mario game most people in the United States played as part of Super Mario All-Stars, that was the real Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. And that game is included in full on Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. So you're basically getting Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2 in your remake of Super Mario Bros. 1. When does that happen? It's like if someone said they were remaking God of War 1, or they were remaking, Ocarina of Time, and then they're just like, oh hey, here's Majora's Mask also, which is completely possible if you think about it, but that's another story for another time. Or it's like, hey, since we remade God of War 1, we remade God of War 2, also 2. But that's what they did in the remake for Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Now the best part of the game was the challenge mode. Basically, once you beat Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, like basically you defeat story mode, and it unlocks challenge mode. In challenge mode, there's 3 challenges per every single level in Super Mario Bros. You have to find 5 red coins, which is very reminiscent of collecting red coins in Super Mario 64. You also had to find 1 very well hidden Yoshi egg in every level. And the funnest part of the challenge mode is trying to beat the given high score for every single level. So basically you're trying to find the best, most fruitful run through a stage, the best combination of speed, coin collecting, and block breaking that can catapult you into the high score table. And if you're really good at that whole fireworks thing where you land on a 3, a 6, or a 9, this is absolutely your game, because if you can land 9s on any level, you're pretty much breaking the high score, no problem. But it's such a loss that when they finally remade Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Game Boy Advance, they didn't include a challenge mode. Now, I could understand that in a more free-form game like Super Mario Bros. 2 that doesn't have much coin collecting and doesn't even keep score. But how could you not include a challenge mode in Super Mario Bros. 3? I know there's way more levels in the game, but you couldn't just say, beat this score on this stage? And then some of the other options that were included in Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, like a head-to-head racing mode. If you and a friend had your Game Boy Colors and your cartridges of Mario Bros. Deluxe and your link cable, and you weren't playing Pokemon for some reason, you could connect Game Boys and race head-to-head in a bunch of different Mario stages. And failing that, if you didn't have a friend to race against, you could also play in a single-player racing mode. And if you, for some reason, love Super Mario Bros. But hate Super Mario, with the simple press of the select button, you can switch between Mario and Luigi in this game. No longer you're saddled with the brother you don't want. It's your choice when and where you deploy your plumbers. But what's most important is simply the fact that Super Mario Bros. Deluxe gives you a brand new appreciation for Super Mario Bros. Overall. Like, the original game was fantastic, but Super Mario Bros. Deluxe went back, updated a lot of the things that were now possible thanks to updated hardware. And they added things like a savable high score. They would add pictures and unlockable medals. And Super Mario Bros. Deluxe had medals! I forgot all about that. Basically, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe added achievements to Super Mario. You can unlock medals for jumping on your first Goomba and kicking your first turtle shell. So basically, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe adds pretty much more than a game's worth of extra content into the game, and it's all done so well. The definitive version of Super Mario Bros. So if you have a 3DS and you haven't tried Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, give it a try, because it's an absolutely addictive platforming game, especially once you unlock challenge mode and you start to learn all about how to go through a Mario level with some style, with some class.